Hey there, friends. I haven't written in a while, so I decided I would make a quick video just to share some of the things I've been thinking about. Just a little background, first of all. So, it's no accident that I'm in wellness. My father was a pastor, my mother was an educator and a principal, and so I have been interested in human potential and possibility for as long as I can remember. So a lot of my career as a nurse over the last 30 years has been about quality improvement and risk management and pursuit of excellence, and of course wellness. So I've been thinking lately about the whole idea of risk management because we live in some really uncertain times. And I've been thinking about what are the safety nets that support us when times are uncertain. And so I want to talk about 4 kinds of safety nets that I hope that you're thinking about too. So first of all, obviously, we may have a health safety net. You know, over half of us, the CDC reports that over half of adults have a chronic disease that are preventable. And we now know that all of our lifestyle choices affect whether or not we're going to have these chronic diseases. In fact, all the choices that we make every day are actually sending messages to our cells and telling our DNA whether to turn on the good genes or the bad genes, and that ultimately influences processes that lead to disease or to health. And so it's really important to make good choices in terms of our lifestyle, in terms of our nutrition, in terms of any supplements that we may take. So this is one of the reasons, in fact, that I've gotten involved with LifeVantage, which is a company that deals in this whole new area of nutrigenomics, or how plant substances affect gene expression. Because as a health coach, I know that lots of people want to make healthy lifestyle choices. They want to exercise and eat right and meditate and do all those things that are important. But none of us do it perfectly. And so for me, some of the products like Protandim are things which allow us to have a little bit of peace of mind because they're activating those good genes even when our lifestyle habits aren't. So that's a great health safety net, but all of our lifestyle choices are too. And then, of course, there's also financial safety nets. You know, the studies are showing that no, 1 in 3 of us adults don't have a retirement savings. There's a lot of us, because of all the economic uncertainty and so forth, that we haven't been saving, and so some of us aren't able to retire. And of course that also means that when emergencies happen, financial emergencies, or we need urgent savings, we don't have them, and that can really wipe people out. So I think about how can we save more? How can we have additional streams of income? How can we have greater financial resiliency? Because that's a huge stress in our lives, which also impacts our well-being. This is another reason that I got involved with LifeVantage, because I had a health crisis a couple of years ago and wasn't able to work, and it just made it very clear to me that those of us that provide services, if something ever comes up, whether it's because of our health or our children or our parents or whatever other reason, and we can't work, it's great to have another stream of income. And there's lots of ways to do that. It doesn't have to be with residual income through a network marketing company. It could also be through savings, or through investments, or through rental houses. There's lots of ways to do that, but I urge people to think about that and to plan ahead. The other thing, the other safety net that I think that we need to have are social safety nets. You know, more than 25% of households are single people. There's a lot of us that live alone. There's a lot of us that are connected, very connected on the internet or on texting or via electronic means, but we're not getting a lot of FaceTime. We may not be out in the community. We may not be as connected as we once were. And so that's a concern, because when things go wrong, you want to have those people that you can lean on. You want to have those people who can be there for you. And so it's important to maintain strong social networks and not just to rely on electronics. And finally, I think it's important to have a good spiritual safety net. You know, not all of us have a religious faith, but many of us are spiritual even if we don't. And it's that sense of connection to something larger than ourselves. It's those practices, whether they're part of a faith tradition or other things that connect you to all that is and all that is larger than ourselves. Those practices give us a sense of peace and calm and a sense of perspective. And so I think it's really important to maintain those practices and to nurture those. So as you think about the safety nets in your own lives, I just invite you to share anything that you want to about that. What kind of health safety nets do you have? What's your financial safety net? What social safety nets do you have? And what's your spiritual safety net? I'd love to hear what you think. Please share in the comments below, and may you be well.